And we are live. How's it going, everyone? Super exciting joint episode here. I'm here with the core contributors at Grape Protocol, and there's a lot of things to get into, specifically the release of the NFT decks, what we actually covered a bit at SolanaNews. And there's a lot of exciting things going in there. But before we get too far in, I'm going to pass this to Chris because we are doing a joint episode here of Whales Tales. So amazing to have you guys on.
Man, I'm so excited. Internet friends, I'm so glad to be live once again from the other side of the planet, joined by Greg and Dean and the rest of the crew in mtnDAO. Episode 114 over a year together. Any side of the planet will be live, man.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Amazing to have you guys on. And just to start, can we just outline for our users here, obviously people who have been with Whales Tales for 114 episodes, they got it all down. They know Grape Protocol. They understand the DAO, but just general overview. What is it that you guys are doing over at Grape, and how is it really just a lot more than just this underlying Grape Protocol that you guys have contributed to? What has it grown into over time?
Yeah, should I take this one, or you want to?
Sure. Please go ahead.
So we started with Grape Access, which is the bot everybody knows, the verification, and that really was the first use that we see for tokenized communities and for NFTs, right? It's to be able to create some exclusive space within a chat protocol. But that's just the first step of how you start building out a DAO, start building out value. And really at the core of what we want to do is experiment and discover all of the different tools a DAO requires, a tokenized community requires to operate. So, we started our exploration with this, little tool, which, we didn't expect would reach to a point of, 400,000 wallets that are using it right now.
800 plus communities.
About 842, last I checked, communities using it. So, we have the largest verification system, but that was never our aspiration. I mean, if you ask me in 5 years, are we going to be doing Discord verification? I think that we've failed. If as a community, that's what we're still doing, right?
Yeah.
Web3 is not meant to be, these gated little channels. So phase 2 for us was then focusing on how does a community discover its energy? So you coming into the community, right? Yeah. Hi, my name's Greg. I'm enthusiastic about interviewing people, videos, and that kind of stuff, news, right?
Yeah.
It's our job to then figure out a structure, a framework where we can identify that energy and then direct it into a part of the community. So that's been phase 2.
And allow it to capture value and also let you grow through the community, find the alliances you need, find the tools you need, and help you in the decision making and get you an audience from the get-go, from day one, because the Grape community is powerful.
Yeah, the big difference between what Grape is as a tokenized community versus what exists on Ethereum, like a Whale or an FWB, is that we are both builders and users.
Okay.
I feel very confident in saying that the Grape community are the power users of Solana. Right now, everybody that's in Grape interacts with Realms frequently, if not on a daily basis. They interact with streaming payments on a daily basis. And then we're interacting with all these different DeFi protocols as a result of our AMAs.
And this is way ahead from ahead of the curve from the average Solana user. Most people haven't really discovered yet realms and what a real DAO, what a DAO means, and what decentralized governance and the pains that come with going down that direction.
Yeah, I feel extremely confident in saying we interact with the most protocols on Solana by far, just because of the fact that if you're going to be a tokenized community, there's so many tools you need to use to be able to operate. And in this discovery, you're not so sure which ones you will need and which ones you won't need. So we're incented to constantly test. From a tokenomics standpoint, we're a tokenized community. 60% of all tokens go, to people who are just part of the community, and right, they're giving different parts of value. So, we have other interviewers, for example, Whale's Friend, but then we have Metaverse Explorer, we have Barn Dog, we have Vincent with the Shilzine. These are all people who either were contributing some sort of content creation in Solana, and we recognized them and brought them into the community, or they were homegrown, right? And now they each receive an emission every month to increase their voting power, their voice in this community. That, we've got a plan for how it rolls out over the next 5 years, and we're hopeful that this is something that's going to be lasting 500 years.
Yeah, and this is amazing to hear, just the foundations and all the subsects that you guys are looking to integrate with and really provide tooling and create this community. That was something that stood out. I've understood what Grape is. I've seen you guys from the outside, but last night I was very much pushed to, okay, let me dive in and really get into things. There's so many different ways to go, but obviously yesterday was pretty massive. You guys released your NFT DEX. Can we just get the TLDR on that? Maybe I can poke a little bit further if I have any questions that pop up. But what is exciting about this? It really is something that is innovative on Solana. So I think for a lot of people, this will be a further wake-up call. It's not just Grape doing Discord verification. It's like, this is, okay, we built this tool. This is another thing that we've built, but we have the ability to keep doing this. It's not just these one-off products that Grape puts this out once and it's done. This is now, okay, you guys got the Discord. This saw extreme success, but like you said, this isn't what Grape should and will be known for in the next 5 years. Now you have the NFT DEX. I'm going to stop rambling and let you guys just jump in.
We're fortunate to have the community to give us direction and tell us what are the tools that the community itself needs to unlock its value. And we couldn't predict what tools are going to be required. We had a vastly different roadmap when we started, because we had an idea of what a DAO is and what a community needs. That was really far from the truth. And I think this is what puts us ahead from other just building protocols that are just building DAO tools. We have the community to direct us. And the NFT marketplace, the decentralized NFT marketplace, which is the first of its kind on Solana, will unlock value for DAOs and organized communities and other maybe smaller groups or subgroups or sub-DAOs that we're going to talk about later. This is not, at the moment at least, on its first iteration, the competitor of a centralized NFT marketplace. Some of the features of the Grape DEX, which I want to encourage everybody to actually go and play and find bugs and join the Discord, the Grape Discord, and to talk about all those potential bugs, because this is the first iteration. We're on building mode, so we encourage everybody. So some of the features which are very important in our opinion. Let's start from that. You don't lose custody of your NFT when you list it for sale, or you don't need to list it for sale at all if you want to just receive bids and offers. So it lives in your wallet, it stays in your wallet, which as a result means you're not losing any privileges from the various Discords that you've gained access from your NFTs or your coins. And as a result, at the next step, you're not losing voting power if that NFT or that token is used as a governance in the Solana governance program realms.today. So this is a huge feature. And what it might not be understood on the first glance is that this is the first iteration that Grape is using. This is a marketplace that any community will be able to use, and they will be able to have their own rules, to have their own fees, to have their own perks and privileges. At the moment, as an example, we set the Grape marketplace, grape.art, to function, to be able for the user to bid on NFTs only by holding 1,000 Grape. Another community might change those rules and add hold my NFT or hold those combinations of coins. So this is a first. Another really cool feature is the social aspect that we are promoting, and it is something that's brought by CyberConnect, and it is all on chain. All interactions are on chain. You can follow your favorite collections, you can follow your favorite projects, and you can see the social web that is created from your interactions. Because if you receive a follow by someone, you'll see where that follow came from. So you're kind of crossing the borders of communities and forming connections and discovering collections and NFT players that you might never have met before. And now you can follow strategies and wallets, and you can set your own profile picture, and you can. There is a social aspect that is constantly being enriched. Am I forgetting any really powerful features? There's so many that I'm sure I'm forgetting.
No, before we were talking about how there's innovation here. This is a crypto innovation. It's beyond just the first in Solana. It's the first out there, in that there is composability in the marketplace now that is controlled by a community. One of the features Chris mentioned was, if you want to make an offer, you can now set that module to require some sort of holding component. So, we've had gating on the Discord. Then now there's multiple examples of gating on a website, right? Where, hey, if you want to see Solana Floor's Pro package, you need to hold a Sheet Guardian. Or if you want to, look at NFTIs, you have to have the NFTIs pass, right? That we've all lived. But now there's components within the website where you can see the website, but that little widget there, you need to have some sort of holding mechanism, and that is composable, and any community can choose those rules, right? So that's one example. It doesn't exist. A second is on the feature on listings. So if you want your listing to be featured higher, more prominently, the more Grape you hold, the more prominently that feature.
Okay.
Yeah. So whenever I have a lot of Grape, and I'm active. I've held every single Grape I've ever been awarded. If I put a listing up there, it stays up there for a while, and it stays at the top, right? So I have to be disciplined in the next few days to not overly try to make sales or whatnot. And